Hello and welcome to This is Paris, your all-access pass to all things Paris Saint-Germain. Coming up in this week's show, the players talk you through the Ligue 1 match of the season, Le Classique against Marseille. Angel Di Maria talks to This is Paris about signing on for another 2 years in Rouge et Bleu. Marco Verratti sits down to talk about the make-or-break Champions League clash in Naples. And Edinson Cavani warms up for his return to Napoli by being named Europe's Golden Foot 2018. It's a match that's not like any other. The final match of week 11 of the season saw Paris Saint-Germain travel to Marseille for Le Classique. And for such a special match, the players received a very special send-off from the airport just before the short flight south. Unable to travel to Marseille for the game, the Paris Saint-Germain supporters met up later in the day to watch the game together and cheer on their side. Unbeaten against Marseille since November 2011, Paris Saint-Germain were looking to equal the European record of starting this season with 11 straight wins in a milestone match for Marco Verratti, who played his 250th game in Rouge et Bleu. Le Classico, that's the way it is. It's never an easy match to prepare, and the start is often difficult. The coach made his choices, and we adapted.
It's a
Classico, you have to fight for everything, right to the very end. It was a ferociously competitive first half with few chances for either side. Alphonse Areola claiming Lucas Ocampos' header. But the biggest opportunity of the half came in stoppage time at the end of the period. Sometimes you score, sometimes you don't. I think it was Di Maria that took the shot. Unfortunately, it was cleared off the line. Paris Saint-Germain were more attacking after the break. Di Maria going close just seconds after the restart. And 10 minutes later, Neymar Jr. dribbled his way through the entire defense. His shot flashing across the face of goal. Marseille replied in kind, with Dimitri Payet drawing the save from Areola. His shot was quite close to me in the end. I saw it at the last minute and did what I could. Keeping another clean sheet was also important because at 0-0, it kept us in the contest. Introduced in the 62nd minute, Kylian Mbappe needed just 3 minutes to make the breakthrough. Played in behind the defence by Di Maria, the France international netted his 10th goal of the Ligue 1 season. Kylian came on and made the difference, but I think it was a really good team performance. Kylian Mbappe then went close to netting his second with 15 minutes left, denied by Steve Mondonda. The host goalie then kept out Thomas Meunier. Marseille almost found an unlikely way back into the game, Amavi hitting the outside of the post. But in the end, Les Rouges et Bleus ran out 2-0 winners thanks to a second goal in stoppage time from Julian Draxler. It was late in the match and I really wanted to score because I love scoring here at the Velodrome. Ney provided a great pass. Well, he was shooting. We put in all the ingredients to win this match tonight. We were solid at the back, we followed the game plan, and that's the most important thing. Thomas Tuchel's men registering their 11th straight win at the start of the season, equaling the record in Europe's Big Five leagues.
Bon match. Bravo. Rentre avec les 3 points.
At the end, the thing to remember is that win together. I'm very happy to have played this match and to have helped the team. A Classico is there to be won. Congratulations to the team. It was for our supporters who couldn't be here, but they were at the airport this morning and that was really great. We're very happy to have won. It was for us, the team and the fans. It was Le Classique and we won it again. The team worked very hard, all together. It was a very difficult match, but we won. It's also a very important result for us. To have won our first 11 matches of the season is incredible. Paris Saint-Germain's best ever start to a Ligue 1 season continued with that win at the Stade Velodrome. What better way to delight the fans and equal the European record for 11 straight wins to start the season than against the club's biggest rival.
That the fans love the team and they fall in love with the team, and that they feel the spirit and the team effort in there, and this is what I want. And I don't believe in putting the result first. I truly don't believe in it. I think if you put the result first, it reaches too short. For me, it's the process of being ready to get results in a row. But it's the daily process to take care about the little things, how we train together, how we say hello to each other, how we interact, how we communicate, how we criticize, how we bring bad news, how we bring good news, how we celebrate with each other and how we respect each other. And this is for me the process, the details, and for me it's not the result first place.
Thomas Tuchel knows what he's talking about. He may be one of the top coaches in European football and been exposed to the sometimes cruel and brutal world of professional sport, but the German fondly remembers the days when he was crazy about football, like those on the terraces at the Parc des Princes.
If you go into a circus, you don't want to know how the magician does his trick, and you're keen to know, but once you know, it lost its magic. So sometimes it's not always nice, and it was a time when I got mad, like you said, and it was like this. I got mad as a football fan. It was a cup. It was the Champions League for only the winners of the league. So, and it was like a draw you could have in the first round, a match like Real Madrid against Paris Saint-Germain. So it was a very tight competition with a lot of luck. So now we have more games. We have more games for also for the big teams, more chances to go through in the group stage. In one hand, it's amazing because me as a boy, I would freak out and I would watch all of it. In the days there, you could not watch all the players and all the games, so there was always a big surprise, and it was like sitting in front of the television and waiting till the match. So I hope that it still feels like this for the little kids out there when they see us play, but times have changed definitely. Sometimes it's a smell of the fresh grass. Sometimes it's a little situation where you touch a ball or you see something beautiful on the pitch, like that reminds you. But unfortunately, I wished and I hope that it's more like wow, it's a dream come true. Wow, remember when you were a little guy and you were watching the buses driving by and getting a chance to see one or twice a year Bayern Munich play live in a stadium. But unfortunately, like now, it's a job and you do the best and you're totally into the job, and sometimes it's hard to enjoy it, like in terms like you enjoy it as a kid.
To coach these days, do you have to be completely obsessed by the game 24/7?
I think it's not hard to find people that say yes. I would say less than I was, but I learned it to get my distance to it, because otherwise it can suck you in too deep, and I need also my times to relax and get distracted. It's easy for me because I have little daughters, so they do not care they care, but for them it's not important if I win or if I have trouble at a club or everything is going well. They know the results, but in the end they care that I play with them or read them a story before they go to bed, so that's a good distraction. And I love architecture and I love furniture, and when I have the time I walk around even here in Paris and check out buildings and furniture and stuff. Yeah.
Coming up, we speak to Angel Di Maria about 2 more years in Rouge et Bleu. Marco Verratti looks ahead to the Champions League showdown in Naples before Edinson Cavani reveals what it will take to beat his former club. Angel Di Maria signed a 2-year contract extension for Les Rouges et Bleus this week. The Argentina star currently sits atop the Ligue 1 assists chart with 6 and has been a key player for new coach Thomas Tuchel. He's the only player to have featured in every match so far this season.
La verdad que muy feliz, muy contento.
I'm very happy to extend my contract by 2 more years with Paris Saint-Germain. It was one of my main objectives, and an objective that I shared with the club. To keep working together. My family is very happy here in Paris, and that was also an important factor in my decision.
Mi segunda hija acá, mi hija más grande que tiene
My
5
second
años,
daughter
habla francés.
was born in Paris.
Así que me ayuda
My
mucho a mí.
5-year-old speaks French
Es
now better than
importante
me.
Para mí que mi hija pueda seguir aprendiendo y creo
And
que
it
era
was very
importante
important
para ella
that
poder
she
seguir
kept
estando
learning
aquí.
here.
Estaba muy feliz en el colegio también y bueno.
She's
creo que
very
todo eso
happy. She loves her
influyó
school.
en que yo quiera seguir
All
estando
that
en el club,
influenced my
comprometido con el
decision.
Paris Saint-Germain. Y
I'd like to
creo
take
que
this
es-
opportunity again to
no
thank
tengo
the
que-
club
creo que
for
ni agradecerle
everything.
al club porque creo que me ha brindado
Right from the
desde el
very
primer día
first day,
todo, me ha dado
everyone
todo,
here
siempre mi
has
familia
done
ha estado muy bien
everything
aquí,
to make me
y
and my
creo que
family
yo soy
feel
la
right at
persona
home.
que tengo que agradecerle mucho al club. La confianza fue siempre la misma del día que llegué.
The confidence I
Desde
have
que
in the
llegué
club
sabía que el club
is the
de
same
Paris
as the
Saint-Germain,
very
año
first
tras
day I
año,
signed here.
sigue creciendo,
Paris Saint-Germain
sigue
continues to
siendo cada vez
grow,
más fuerte, más
stronger
grande,
and stronger
vienen
every
jugadores
season.
importantes y creo que eso es
They keep bringing in
para uno.
more and more
Y
great
después,
players.
lo importante
And it's
en
also
esto
important
era,
that the
que
club
ellos
has
tengan la
confidence in
confianza
me
mí, yo la confianza
and that
en el
both
club,
parties
y a partir de
wanted
ahí
this
seguir
contract
juntos
extension.
era lo mejor para los dos. La llegada del míster me dio mucha más confianza.
The arrival of the
tranquilidad de
coach this
saber que
summer
iba a contar
has given me a
conmigo.
lot of confidence.
Pero bueno, también
And also reassured me
creo
to
que
know
todo
that
lo
he
que se
counts on
hablaba el
me.
año pasado y el anterior,
All the
de que
rumors
iba,
last year in the
que
media
iba,
are all just a part of football.
nunca salió nada de mi boca.
But neither me,
Nunca
nor my
se había
agent,
dicho nada,
nor the
el
club
nunca ha dicho
ever
nada.
spoke about a possible
Es lo normal
transfer.
del fútbol, que la prensa
I never
solo,
considered it.
Lo único que quiere es traer y sacar jugadores también.
I have always been
Así
focused
que
on
eso
Paris
creo que
Saint-Germain.
no estaba en mi cabeza, siempre estuve con la cabeza aquí. El año pasado
We finished
terminé muy
last
bien el
season
año,
very
y creo
well,
que
and
he
I think I
demostrado que
showed my
estaba
commitment
muy
to this
comprometido
club.
con el club. Y este año
I've tried to
intenté seguir
continue
de la
that
misma
this
manera
year,
con el nuevo
and now I'm
coach.
lucky enough to be
Y bueno,
continuing
llegó la
for another
posibilidad
2
de poder hacer
seasons.
una renovación con el Paris Saint-Germain y seguir aquí.
With 57 goals in Rouge et Bleu, is there one that stands out?
El Olímpico.
Maybe the
por
Olympico goal against Nîmes from the
es muy
corner.
difícil hacerlo.
It's very hard,
Hay
and you
muy
don't see it
pocos
very
en el
often.
mundo y bueno, creo que
Maybe also the one
Que ese y
against
el-
Napoli.
los dos.
I vote for both.
Di Maria maintenant, sur le pied gauche. Mais oui, le bon choix pour le Paris Saint-Germain. But magnifique pour Angel Di Maria.
After emerging from the youth academy at hometown club Pescara, Marco Verratti signed for Paris Saint-Germain in 2012. A bold move for a teenager, but one made easier by the other big footballing names that signed in the French capital.
È stato un salto enorme comunque venire dalla
It was a
Serie B
huge
a una
leap for
squadra
me.
dove iniziava a
Moving
comprare, diciamo,
from
migliori
Serie B
giocatori per
to
iniziare
a
un
club
grande
that was
progetto
beginning to bring in the best
per
players,
cercare di vincere su
and at the
tutto,
start
quindi
of this project of winning everything going.
All'inizio è stato grazie anche alle persone che sono arrivate con
At
me.
the start, thanks to the players who signed with me,
più facile perché
it was a
comunque
lot easier.
penso che gente come Ibra,
Guys like
Maxwell,
Ibra, Maxwell, and Thiago
Thiago
Silva,
sono persone che mi hanno aiutato tantissimo.
they all helped me out a lot.
E non mi hanno fatto sentire tanto il
They made it a
il
smooth
cambiamento,
transition
quindi
for me.
penso che giocare a grandi livelli
I think that when you're playing at the top level, it's easier if you're surrounded by phenomenal players
dei fenomeni in mezzo
who
al
are
campo,
also
anche delle persone
top human beings.
spettacolari, e quindi questo ti aiuta anche a
This helps you fit into the squad
entrare
and
nel
feel at
gruppo,
home,
comunque a
even when you're
sentirti
far
a casa,
away,
anche se
and in a blink of an
sei
eye, your whole
lontano a casa,
life has
sei
changed.
da un
So
giorno
this really helped
all'altro,
me a lot.
ti cambia la vita, quindi questo mi aiuta tanto. Però penso che nel calcio bisogna
I think that in
bisogna
football,
rischiare
like in
per la
life,
vita,
you need to
comunque
take
sono cose che
risks
si
and do
ama,
things
si
you
ha la
love.
possibilità di farlo
And if you have the chance to do it at a
più
higher
grandi
level, you
livelli,
have to give it a
bisogna
go.
provare, poi il tempo per venire dietro ce l'avevo.
I knew I had time on my side if it didn't work out, so I threw myself in at the deep end. And I knew I could be a part of this team.
Potevo restare in questa squadra. È stata un'esperienza di vita.
It's been an incredible life experience for me,
Qui a 18 anni,
because when I came here at 19 years of age, I found myself faced with a different language, different customs, and a different culture.
ti fanno crescere come uomo.
These things change you so much and make you grow as a man.
Anni che ero qui sono diventato padre.
I became a father after 2 years of being here, so it's all happened very fast.
A renderti conto.
In football, you often don't get the chance to stop and think about what's happening. Things happen so fast that often it's difficult to take stock and think. When I think about it, I know I've been incredibly lucky, and I'd make that same choice 1,000 times over. Today, the Italian midfielder is a key player for coach Thomas Tuchel, a number 6 who's loving life behind one of the best attacks in world football.
Sicuramente centrocampo è un ruolo importante.
Central midfield is an important position, just as they all are. Our job is to try and get as many balls as possible into our attackers, because we know that with them, we can create chances and score goals. For me, it's truly an honor to play behind superstars like these, because when you've got players like Mbappe, Neymar and Cavani and Di Maria in front of you, it's just extraordinary. Ever since I was a child, I dreamed of playing with the best. I'm lucky enough to have this opportunity, and I hope to help them as much as I can to ensure they are perfect on the pitch. This has always remained a game for me, even if for some of us it's a job, something bigger. But we're still doing what we'd be doing for free anyway. It has become an important job, that we can make our families and everyone happy doing something that we love. I'd never change this or my style of playing. That's the way I am, and I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Sono così e non lo cambierei per niente al mondo.
Currently sitting third in Group C at the midway point of the Champions League group stage, Paris are still masters of their own destiny, which means getting a result in Naples. And Marco Verratti is looking forward to returning to his homeland for the match.
Tornando a Napoli so che è sempre bello.
Going back to Naples, it's always fantastic to play in such stadiums, because the fans are different compared to French fans. Italians really live for football. That's why it's always fantastic to play in such stadiums. That's an important game. It's without a doubt the most important club competition there is. They're always special, difficult games, because you're coming up against some of the best teams in Europe. To win this competition, you need to be perfect and also have a bit of luck. And it's necessary to be in top form in the key part of the season, which is from February to the end of May. We'll try to ensure we're ready this year. This week, Paris Saint-Germain forward Edinson Cavani was honoured in Monaco when he received the 2018 Golden Foot Award, recognising players over the age of 28 for their careers, but also for their sporting attitude and sense of teamwork and fair play. El Matador joins the list of former winners that include current and former Parisians Gianluigi Buffon, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Ronaldinho. It represents a lot, honestly, a lot. It's special. When you look at the players that won this trophy before me, great players, with great careers. Today, it's magnificent for me to win this trophy. Honestly, magnificent. It's a special time for the Uruguay international, who next week returns to former club Napoli for a crucial European clash. Next week we play the second match in the Champions League against them, and it's a tough game for us, just as it is for Napoli. I think it's a huge match because both teams need to win to stay in the hunt for qualification. It's a really special match for many reasons. Because we both need to win, and because I spent some very, very special time there. It's hard to win there. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. It's so hard because they are a team that fight for everything. And I think Paris Saint-Germain need to show that we are a team, ready to play matches like this. Matches that will be hard games, with a lot of intensity. Really top matches. We need to be united, play as a team, fight for each other. Like every team that wants to win, it has to be one for all and all for one. That's the most important thing for a football team. After shaking off a little niggle, the forward is looking forward to making a triumphant return to Italy. I hope so. I'm returning from a little injury, but I really hope to be in top form, to help my team and give my absolute maximum to help us win this match against Napoli.
Abonnate al canal de YouTube de Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne YouTube du Paris Saint-Germain.
Subscribe to the Paris Saint-Germain channel.
Inscreva-se no canal do YouTube do Paris Saint-Germain.